And a very good morning to all of you from the desert of Yuma, Arizona. And happy Tuesday to all of you. If you're gonna be in the West, you gotta live the West, right? How you doing, Allison? Good morning. Good morning, Randy. The bully is here. Good morning, Jacques. Good morning, Dancing Dawn. There is Monique, my girl. A special shout out for you this morning, Jackie. Breach is, what is that? Beach is life. Yes, it is. And good morning. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be in the West, live the West, baby. Had to get something to go over my fat head here. Good morning, Karina. Good morning, Survivor. Nice to see you. Yeah, love you too, honey. And happy Tuesday to everybody from the hot, hot deserts of Yuma, Arizona. And Johnny West, the big W in the chat. Nice to see you, Jay Money. Let's see, Miguel says, I was eating rice, then later I was watching A Good War with a Dirty Dozen. Yeah, that is a good movie. Good movie. Good movie. Donald Sutherland. I can't remember who all was in that. It was a great, great movie. Morning, Penny Pincher. Good morning, Bella Rose, the Queen of Buffalo, out and about getting ready for fall in Buffalo, New York. Good morning, Julie. Yeah, I have no idea where Marshall is this morning. Floating around the environs of Yuma here somewhere. I don't know. He's not where I am over here. We don't ever really boondock in the same location because I have a lot more flexibility to, thank you, Bella Rose. Good, Joey D, good morning to you. Thank you. Look natural when you're in that hat. I feel like an idiot. Good morning, my world in OKC. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know where Marshall is. We boondock in different locations. Reason being, I have a lot more options for stealth. And as you know, he's kind of on the run here in Yuma. When you have a high-top camper van, it makes it a little more difficult. Yahoo. So I'm not sure when he'll roll up. Hello, Nellen. Good morning to you. Thank you to those of you who were on the live stream. The West Side is the best side, meaning the West Coast. I sure enjoy it, particularly the southern West Coast. So I had a really weird experience today. Now, I was in getting my shower this morning, and next to me in one of the changing rooms, hey BWW, next to me in one of the changing rooms, I heard what I thought was a Google Hangout, and it was the weirdest thing. And the showers are running, and I'm kind of straining my ear, and I think I hear Becca Sophia's voice on a hangout, and I'm like, this is weird. Hello, Tom. Thank you, Joey D. And I thought, this is really, really weird. And I waited a minute till this one shower went off, and it got a little quieter, and I'm listening to this hangout. And I hear somebody mention Carl, and I knew right away that the person right next to me in the other shower changing room was listening to a Boyd stream. Now, I did not talk to this person because this person left. Evidently, they had finished showering and they exited. But I thought, how strange to come down here to Yuma and find somebody that was listening to a Boyd stream while they were getting changed. And I thought, how really weird is that? So, I mean, isn't that weird? It's the strangest, it's the damnedest thing that's happened to me down here. The Boyd is everywhere, and the tentacles of Boyd stretch deep. Chronic 420, how are you? It is funny. And I'm listening because Becca has a very distinctive voice. you know. And then when she mentioned, when I heard on the stream Carl talking about Carl and how Carl has moved my needle and he's the love of my life, I said, yeah, that's our Becca. that's our Becca on the stream. Wicked Widow. Is Wicked Widow in here? How you doing, Wicked Widow? If you're in here. Harvey, hello. If I missed anybody, sorry. Wicked Widow, nice to see you this morning. Harvey there, good morning. I'm new here, but I find myself waiting for your streams. Okay, great to see you. Thank you. Good morning, Larry. How are you? Thank you. Leslie says, I'm loving all your streams here. Thank you. It is really a frightfully small world. And it's strange also when you go out on the streets. Like down in Los Algodones last night, somebody walks up we're just walking across the street. There's hardly anybody left in town at about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. It's like at 5 o'clock. They roll yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. They roll the streets up at like 5 p.m. And it's a strange town. My extent of Boyd is you and Elvis. That's enough for me. Yes, Spanky. So here comes a guy across the street, and he's like, to Elvis, all of a sudden I heard him say, he's walking towards this tall guy, like 6'2". He's like, Elvis? Elvis is, all of a sudden, Elvis, you know, Marshall perks up. Oh, you know, because when you hear your own name, it's music to your ears, right? And all of a sudden it was on. And the guy started talking, and he's from Missouri, and he's HVAC. But I thought how strange and how often it is that I get stream sniped on my own streams on the streets and things. So it's amazing how people find people on YouTube. You're positive it was his fan, and yeah, he had to make sure. That's my fan. That's my. So you found me, Rosie. Don't be coattailing off of. I always have to laugh, you know. I mean, I really think I have the best perspective on Boyd and real life versus what you guys see out there. I think it's pretty darn funny. You know, I had to know that it wasn't my subscriber, and then as soon as the guy said, "Oh, wait, I've seen you on his videos. You know, I enjoy it," and then all of a sudden the conversation got a little icy out there. But it's kind of cool. I felt good for Marshall that somebody saw him, and of course Marshall's got to give you 20 questions. How did you find me? Was it a keyword search, or are you an RVer, or are you a van dweller, and all this kind of stuff. I didn't do any other shopping today. I might. He has we're going to go back into Los Algodones. He has a 2 p.m. appointment. The official coronation today. Hey, how you doing, Jen? It's going to be a double coronation ceremony today. He's getting 2 crowns fitted up today, and I thought it was interesting yesterday that he was no sooner standing at the front counter paying the bill yesterday, and about a 17-year-old kid was there to take the wax impression or whatever and run it over to the laboratory. That's how fast. No one gives a shit about network TV anymore. They want change. Well, you know, more people watch YouTube now by far than all the other cable and broadcast combined. Scottish, how are you, sweetie? Rosie, you must start singing yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. There you go, Harvey. I'll let you do the singing. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Do bum 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 bum. And down the lane, do. I love the Blues Brothers. Patsy Cline, how are you? I love the Blues Brothers movie where they're in that. The people hate them performing in a nightclub, and they're throwing beer bottles, and there's this screen in front of the Blues Brothers when they're playing. and people were smashing beer bottles and throw it, and then they hit into Ghost Riders in the Sky, and the crowd kind of calmed down for a couple minutes. Yippee-I-O, yippee-I-A, Ghost Riders in the Sky. Boom, 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 boom. I'm good. I'm going to run off and join a country western band, man, in Yuma, Arizona. What are the alternatives since you don't like the food in Yuma? Eat more in Los Algodones. Like I was over at Love's today. I fueled up at Love's. They got a pretty good price. We had a spike in gas prices. Something happened in Saudi Arabia. And they have a really nice mega dog for $1.99 over here. So the first cowboy was a black man named John Wayne. Yeah, well, I don't know what to say about that. I guess hey Nicole, how you doing? I guess my TV wasn't functioning properly. He looked white to me. Shoot, nice hat, perfect for the Rancho. Thank you, Golden State. I'm doing really great, Nicole. But isn't that weird that you come all the way to Yuma, you go in to take a shower, you're getting ready to go in the shower, you're in the changing room, getting your towel around, you get ready to go over to the shower, and in the stall next to you in the other changing room, you hear a Boyd hangout with Becca Sophia mentioning Carl and stuff. Are you going horse riding? No, I'm scared as hell of horses. I can't stand horses, to tell you. They scare the living you know what out of me. They're too big, you know. They're too frightening to me. And I had a very PTSD experience with the horse when I was younger. Thank you, Beryl. Hey, Mel, the Great American West, as everybody tells me out here, that, you know, you're lucky to be out. Where are you from? Baltimore? You're really lucky to be out here in the Great West. I said it was a lot more Wild West on the streets of Baltimore than it ever was out here. Hey, Sweet Pineapple Pam, how you doing, honey? Horses scare me. They're just too big, you know. They're just too, you know. I don't want to be bitten by one, and I don't know if they bite or not. So I don't want to be, you know. Once in a while at a parade, you know, I'll go up and touch, you know, stroke the front above the nose of the horse, and the things are kind of like its eyes suddenly, you know. Oh, it's you. I got the memo on you, right? Yeah, thank you everybody for being in on the morning chat. I have no idea where the King of Freedom is this morning. Somewhere, like I said, we don't boondock together. I have many more options for boondocking. I can basically put this anywhere and not have any problem at all. And what was really strange, that's cool, LaDonna. I'm not surprised you love horses, honey, being a Texas gal. What was strange is when that hangout was over last night, that temperature had dropped from 95 degrees when we started to 90 degrees, and then 88 degrees by 11:30. And I really felt like, for the first time in days, 88 degrees felt like the air conditioning was on. The humidity dropped to 14%. And I had a pretty comfortable night. I'll tell you, this fan that Patricia Wakefield laid on me is fantastic. Hope you feel better, Nicole. What's up today? Back to Los Algodones. My ex was insurance and wouldn't get near. Was in insurance. Yeah, I don't know. They just. I don't know what you do with a horse. You just kind of stand there and look at it or whatever and brush its coat. So I don't know. I slept well last night. Till 7 o'clock is like your wake-up call in the desert. That sun comes up. And there's no way in this van with the black curtain that comes down in the back that I can last more than 15 minutes without the inside temperature shooting up to about 128 degrees here in about 5 minutes. allergic to horsehair. You would have liked my doctor in the hospital. He was a fine-looking man. There we go. I'm sure I would have. Hostel manager impression. Whoa. I like the way that what did I call him? Whoa, man. Yeah, you'd go up to the desk at the hostel, and he'd be just talking to somebody and have his pen in his hand, and you'd be at the counter, and he would turn like, "Hi, how you doing? Look, it doesn't seem like I got a towel included, a fresh towel included and a pillowcase in my hostel gear." Whoa. He drops the pen on that. Whoa. You know, things like that aren't supposed to happen around the hostel cat here. You know, that's really a bummer. Now we got to talk 10 minutes before he gets the towel and everything. How's your stay? Where are you from? How big are they? I mean, how you know? How you doing, Sandy? What's up, my girl Vanessa? How you doing, Cheryl? Hope you're doing well, honey. Let's see. You have proven time, and what a wonderful person and friend you are. You've done your part. How about you make plans you want to take care of? Yeah, I'm doing that chronic. You know. Basically, Marshall's along for the ride, whatever the heck happens. So I doubt, on reflecting last night, I don't think I'll be going down to Ensenada in Mexico, but making my way. Maybe we'll probably run the pass tomorrow. I don't know, to get over to San Diego. Like I said, hey, East Dad, he's got to be back here in a couple weeks. They got to let the mouth settle down. Inflammation. He was kind of a mess with his mouth last night. So, he's gotten it pretty much done, Nicole. Today's having the 2 crowns put on. And the only thing he has left to do is to come back in 2 weeks for an extraction. After everything is all settled down, I think he's got 2 extractions to be done, and that will, but the dentist can't touch it with the mouth all, you know, there's too much swelling going on right now. There was too much work done, so we will see how it goes. So I want to make my way. I'm not in any really rush. I can only afford about a week in San Diego or so, to be honest, and that's not a plea for anything here. I'm just telling you the facts that, you know, I haven't been monetized for months, so I don't have the flow that I used to have. It wasn't that much anyway, but a week I think will be sufficient, and meanwhile there'll be probably some exploration of some other border towns, which I'm not against. I think they're very interesting. Each one is very unique. When is he not a mess from his mouth? Well, I'm just saying, you got to let that stuff settle down, you know. That's a lot of dental work to be done in, you know, in a very short period of time. And, you know, as much as people might talk about second-class dentistry, this dentist he has is he lives in Yuma, Arizona, and he works in Los Algodones. He's married to an American gal, and he really seems to know his stuff. Yeah, start your day, Carolyn, the Dunkin' Donuts way. Let's sip, peel, and win today. Let's see if we won anything. Let's see. $1 off a dozen donuts. Woo! I eat 1 donut a day. That's it. I had a French cruller today. I don't eat a lot of I don't eat a lot of donuts and stuff like that. So, Winky, how you doing, baby doll? My Arizona girl. So I didn't win it. I got, you know, I don't care about $1 off a dozen donuts. Not my deal. Maybe Marshall can polish off a dozen. I don't know, sitting down there. I'm more into a free coffee and all that. But I'll tell you guys, that really blew me away this morning when I heard the Boyd hang ad on from the changing room next to me today. That just absolutely floored me. Yeah, it was surprising that the guy came up on the streets of Algodones and recognized Marshall yesterday. That was pretty weird. But given the channels now and everything, and people, it's not unusual to have people come up and stream snipe you, especially when you go live and they know where you are. Johnny West, do you and Elvis ever eat fast food? No, never. This is as close as I get a cup of coffee and like either a French cruller or a old-fashioned, the traditional donut. I'm not really attracted to fast food. I mean, it's nice if you're on the road or something like that, or a bite, but I'm more about testing out the local food scene. I'm not much of a breakfast person, not much of a lunch person, but I do have one good meal a day, and I like it to be a decent one, so that helps it be very economical. This is, what is this? Was that my third night in the van? By far my most comfortable night. Last night. It's not going to be 108 today. I think it's going to be 102. It's 91 right now. Africa should be on everybody's bucket list. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Let's see. What's up, Carlos? Good morning to you. I hope you're doing good. I don't know if I said hi to Dawn, so that was kind of weird about being stream sniped. But the strangest thing was hearing that. I just can't get over hearing that hangout. I came to Yuma, Arizona to hear Becca Sophia on a hangout. It was the darndest thing I've ever heard. Well, the tentacles of Boyd stretch very far. As far as today is concerned, it's back over to Los Algodones to have the official coronation and the crowning ceremony today. I'm going to be interested in seeing how the crowns physically look from just as a curiosity perspective, to see how well, if they match the other teeth color wise, or whether they're horse teeth or oversized chiclets. I just want to see what they have. Will you be responding to Tasha's video? I'll just respond by saying this: I did watch it. Everybody on YouTube is entitled to an opinion, and I don't let subscribers direct what I do on YouTube. I do my content, and then it's up to the subscribers to follow or not. And the only thing I can say in that regard, if it's so offensive, if it's so bothersome, that's why you have an X in the right-hand corner of your screen. You have an unsubscribe button. You have a block button. And you never have to be worried about watching the content again. That's your out. That's your get out of jail. If it's a prison sentence to be here and watch it, that is always your get out of jail free card. Okay? And that's my only comment on that. Every day, a certain number of people leave the channel, and X number of people leave, and then X plus some number come onto the channel. Why? Because they like the content. They like the show. They like the travels and adventures. They like being in Mexico. They like Yuma. They like the streams of Yuma. They like the content. And as I always said, content rules all. Okay, content trumps everything on YouTube. And if you're out there bringing the content, then that's what people want to see. Okay, but as far as me getting involved in the drama, as I said, I don't do hangouts anymore, live panel hangouts. I found, as most people do, that over a period of time, especially if you put the same people on panel all the time, inevitably you're going to have falling outs. It's going to be ugly. It's going to spin its own little solar system of drama, and it's a no-win situation. It's not content that anybody's going to care about in a week from now. They're not going to go back and watch the content. My goal is to put up content that people are going to watch for a long period of time. Spanky, I'm not sure about their relationship, but everybody's entitled to an opinion. I just voice things the way I do, and people are allowed to. I'm in Yuma, honey. I'm still in Yuma, getting ready to take off for Algodones in a bit. So, yeah, if Tasha feels that way, I have to respect that opinion, and that's the way it is. Now, as far as putting it in gear and taking it to real life, well, that's on you. It's not on me, So, yeah, I mean, I try to be a positive person, and I don't, it doesn't move my needle if somebody says, oh, you're using Elvis for content, or Elvis is using you for content. It is what it is, it's YouTube. And it's like, you either watch it and enjoy it, or you don't. Enjoy the day. Okay, honey, enjoy Bella Rose. Nice to see you. Say hi to Brad. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I wish her well. As far as who defines what trans is, I think we've been down that road before. I'm not transgendered in the sense of Tasha or Nicole or Missy Jenn, but it's a broad spectrum. And I think when we drop down to you being the decider of who's trans or who's not, you're doing the same deplorable stuff as what you complain about. Yeah, I like that, Glenda. A long time ago in a far-off galaxy, there was a thing called manners and lines you don't cross. I still live that way. I would agree with that. I don't have to, how you doing, Mr. Z? I don't have to drop down to name-calling and threats to convey a message here on YouTube. I've always conveyed a positive message, because I always have this thought in my mind that if I ran my life according to what Mallory Williams has called the boy bubble, then, I would not be fulfilling what I wanted to do here on YouTube, okay? Like I said, the viewers can be like the paddles on a pinball machine, okay? They can keep you on the course or not. The way they keep you on the course is the number of people, hey Smooth, the number of people that are engaging in your content. And the number of people engaging in the content is once again reaching a high on here. Why? Because people enjoy the fact that I travel and I go places and I press myself in a van without air conditioning in summer in the bowels of the desert of Arizona. It makes very interesting content, and I enjoy testing myself. But if I would start to live my life according to what some measure of the boy wanted it to be, then I wouldn't be fulfilling what I like to do here on YouTube. In other words, the content leads and the people follow, okay? Many of you have been on here enough years. Some of you have been here years and years and years. You know my heart by now. You know the positivity I bring. You know why I don't do panel hangouts anymore, because to me they're fun places for people to meet. This morning I was listening to Nicole and Tucker and Deb on the hangout. I mean, I enjoy listening to them, but I just I burned out and decided to be a solo person because it keeps me out of trouble. But this proves, even when you do your best to just steer clear and be out of the arena, there'll always be a hand that wants to reach in, some hands that want to reach in and draw you into the thing. So that's all I'm going to say about it. I put it out politely, my response. So whatever happens, whatever happens, happens. That's the way it is. Yeah, I know. Well, I was driving down the road, Nicole, when distances are pretty long here. So I was listening to you polish Tucker's butt on there. So I'm only kidding. Yeah, I think I do okay, on here for stamina. Yeah, I mean, Juice, you've been with me for years. Juice understands the speed bumps of YouTube, that it's inevitable. You're gonna have people pissed off at the choices that you make. But should they be the guide, or should you be the guide with the knowledge that they have the ability to just peel off and go their own separate way. That to me is the ultimate ace in the hole. If you still choose to be around, and that's on you at that point in time, it's not on me. You know, if something's so offensive, then you have this wonderful ability on YouTube to just block it out and be done. Be done. There's Tucky. Yeah, love to hear that. Oh, Tucker, you just say I've known you for so many. I'm just playing with Nicole. I'm very happy for Tucker's doing YouTube his way, you know, and that's it. He wants to be a raconteur and a roustabout. That's what he is on YouTube, and he's found his measure of what he wants to be in success. The people follow. So I like that. Let's see. We're having a couple of bad MS. I'm sorry, Andrea. I'm sorry to hear that, honey. Thank you. Yeah, you like the hat. Don't be jealous, Tucker. The Big Valley. Oh, crap. I don't know where the King of Freedom is today. He's probably holed up in some desert rat hole somewhere in his van. I have no idea. Out here. I think Elvis should stay with you for the winter. It doesn't matter to me if that Carlos, if she's pissed or not. It's not going to direct my life. You know, move on. Don't watch it. That's the ultimate out, and he will be coming up to the Rancho, and I'll be helping him do a basic gut and restructuring. He understands now that there's no champagne build on a beer budget, so that's fine. You know, I don't expect he'll be around that long anyway, given the you know, it's not his kind of town. He'll probably just roll on. So we shall see what happens. Yeah, the Big Valley with Barbara Stanwyck. I don't think he's going to, just you don't like what you see, you move on. It's the intelligent thing to do. You don't threaten to take it over to real life and all that, and it just gets a little, soap opera-ish, you know what I mean, at that point in time. So, you better be willing to spend money and lots of it. Well, what I'm saying, Nathan, is the money that comes is the money that comes. That's it. You know, and it's not going to be, ain't going to have any fancy woodwork and all this and that and the other. It's not. If there's no budget for it, there's no budget. So that's the way it goes. It's actually easier on me. You know, I don't know, Smooth. I don't know. You know, it's just, I deal from a position of respect, and I've been very respectful with my response today, and that's all I'm going to say about it, because I have to move on and create my own content. I don't piggyback off of current drama for my content, okay? San Jacinto is on fire close to San Diego. Wow, okay. Let's see. In the end, is it truly worth it to fix up? Well, it's worth, what would you say? It's worth maybe $1,000 being put into it. For $1,000 could probably be stretched a good way. But as far as tricking it out and stuff like that, takes money. Putting a shower in, raising the floor to put a shower pan. There's just no way. You know, now you're talking about $2,500 to $3,000 for stuff. It ain't gonna happen. So, Carolyn, I got my blanket in the bedroom. Yeah, I lead. I don't follow the. I create my own content on here. So, I mean, that's given me a lot of joy for a lot of years, and certainly the viewership is been good. I'm very grateful for the people that watch, because as I said today, and I've said many times in the past, your viewership base is going to change. Like Marshall used to have like 75% men, 25% women. Now he's got like 40% women and 60% men. It's like every day people have a chance to leave the channel. They have a chance to just not watch the content, to not comment on the content. That's their right. So the composition, and every day new people come on. And I hear it, I get the messages, Rosie, I love your content, not able to travel. This is outstanding for me to be able to visit places. So, if you were to believe, the so-called Boyd bubble, you would be living in fear of everyday life and towing the line and doing the things that they would want you to do. And that's not the way. That's not why I joined YouTube. So the channel changes to people that enjoy the content, and the people that don't peel away. Okay, Shannon, you stay or stray, right? There we go, Nathan. You like that hat? So yeah, Joseph Kane. I'm glad to see him off the bat. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, we were so glad to hear from Joe. I'd missed him. We miss people when they're not around. And Joe Kane has been such a fixture on Missy Jenn's and my channels for almost 3 years now, that when we don't see Joe Kane around for a couple weeks, we got to wonder what's going on. Did I piss Joe Kane off? And we're going to pick up the phone and we're calling. We want to make sure. So I was very happy to see Joe Kane. As far as the people that like I said, people can move on in life, and they don't have to, have their minds polluted by what they see on YouTube. There's a lot of cat videos, dog videos, pig videos, all kinds of exciting content that you can see out there in the world. Quirky girl. So that's why but I will always answer politely. I will not ever, I've gone on 2 rants in almost 7 years here. Not my content to do that. But the state of the channel is good. People love people that travel. And that's been proven time and time again on YouTube. You may not like the characters involved, but at the end of the day, it's their lives to live and not yours. And that makes all the difference. How's Smooth doing today? How's everything in Chicago? Smooth, in the great city of Chicago. I've recovered from last night, so I won't snap. Mouse nerves. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Monique. And after a period of time, people kind of get it. They're not put off. I mean, the people that understand WWE, the people that understand that YouTube is an entertainment platform, they're not so torqued up about wanting to put it in gear and think. They understand it's entertainment. Okay. I mean, it'd be the equivalent if somebody watches, The Young and the Restless or whatever, and says, "Oh man, I'm so pissed off at the script line. How could Luke have done that to Laura? You know what? I'm so angry about that. I'm going to put it in gear and head to the studios in New York City and bust up the joint." I mean, to me, that's the equivalent. YouTube is an entertainment platform, okay? And the limits of what is, hey, Anna, how you doing? There's limitations on engagement, okay? And that's all I'll say. I want to apologize to last night. It was a rough evening for me. Amy, I'm glad you're doing better today. Yeah, Luke and Laura, ain't that funny? I mean, it's like you want to call the writers at NBC and have a go at them for the script that they put together, or the storyline. You hate it. You hate this guy's a villain, and all that. To me, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a bit of sense to get that emotionally wrapped up in a story. It just doesn't. There are rants and runs, sometimes Londoners, stunts. That's it. Shockerville people. Had to admit they pissed me off. There you go, Claudia. See, people get invested in the Boyd. They really do. They really do get invested. And some people lose the ability. The line between real life and YouTube starts to get blurred, and then in a few cases the line disappears, and that's the time that you really have to step back and say, whoa, how deeply invested am I in this? If people can be that upset, a person can be that upset about stuff. Beavis and Butthead. Cancel my... Yeah, that's all you need, Burr. All you need is YouTube, honey. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. Nothing else but that. That's for doggone sure. Mental illness and butt hurt both. Well, most of the people were very nice down here. I've had a decent good relationship with Tasha, but I cannot let her opinion direct what I do on YouTube. She states her opinion, and that's fine. It's stated, done, good. I understand. Let's move on to black-eyed peas and ham for breakfast, okay? Don't let the traveling fat. Nobody's mooched off of me so far. I'll tell you, I think he spent more money on me than I spent on him so far. Quirky girl. I tossed lots of rocks for Johnson. Yeah, whatever. That's all. I want to drop that subject now because I've said what I needed to say about it, and life proceeds on from this period. From now on. So as for content today, back down to Los Algodones. I gotta be me. I can't be somebody else. I can't. Well. Here comes the King of Freedom. So I'm warning anybody, if you don't want the King of Freedom finally showed up here. Now's your chance to head for the hills, baby. I'm charging up my block here, my power block. So it's be another hot one down there. It'll be less interesting today in Los Algodones. I'll be less inclined to put up with a lot of the friskiness and stuff down there. I think he's good. He's got to get propane. Over there. If you're triggered, you better head out. I gotta love that, man. That's so funny. I guess he's gonna have to get some propane over there. Hey, Rockin' Robin, thank you. I'm glad you like the hat. I kind of enjoy it. How did he find you? That's undisclosed information, oldies but goodies. Sun tolerance, trigger, champ. If I missed anybody, I apologize this morning. Rosie, you need some boots and you're ready to go. I have just a horse for you. And Alexa, I can't stand horses, honey. Good to see you, by the way. I hope you're doing good in Asheville, North Carolina. Can you review another Mexican restaurant? I'm going to put my review up from the one from last night. I got the $11 special down there, which was, it was good. It was a really good special. See about doing something else down there today. I try to keep my dinner budget around $15, something like that. So every day I'm not in the hotel, I'm saving $40 every night. So already I've saved $120 by sticking it out in the van. So happy trails to you. I know, Anna. Until we meet again. Happy trails to you and everyone. Out in the West Texas town of Yuma, I met a girl named Rosa. Love your traveling and food kind. Thank you, Christina. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You have been a good friend on there. Holly Undead. What's up, Holly? Holly. Golly. Arby's like singing. Save a horse, ride a cowgirl. Oh my God. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there. No idea. Man, gas prices really spiked out of here overnight. Let's see, are you going to buy all of us a t-shirt on the cheap in Mexico? McFly, I didn't like the quality too much. I might get a dashiki today, I don't know. They didn't really have dashikis, but they have a beautiful, like a poncho dress. I might get one of them today. Might be nice to have one of them. I gotta haggle hard. It's usually I gotta knock, I shock some of these vendors. Like, when I was looking at the hat and the guy's like $30 for the hat. And I said, well, I can give you $5. And it was like, ooh. his hat almost went. his hat. I mean, I hit him with shockwaves, $5. And he's like reeling back into his merchandise table. It's like a Mexican whoa, man. It's like, whoa, $5 for no. We finally settled it. I think it was $9, and I gave him $1, just for being a good sport. So yeah, settle for $9. That's what I'm saying. I had to knock 66% off of the price. But the hostel, I'll tell you, the hostel manager would give Marshall the royal boot out of there, because Marshall would be confrontational with the guy, and the guy, hey man, whoa, you see that sign? Let me tell you, brother, let's look at the sign. Let's review the 10 principles of hostel life as promulgated by the founder of Hostel Cat. Number 1, make sure you come in with a positive attitude. Okay? Number 2, Mark, I don't want to do that. Whoa, hey, you're not with the program. Now we got to start from the beginning again. Well, I haven't seen a real wedding dress place yet down there. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that. Yeah. Like I say, on the... well, it's kind of funny. I mean, walking down the streets of Los Algodones, they all know, oh, Elvis. There were all these people coming up, getting their picture taken with us yesterday and stuff. It was it crossed over from cool to creepy real quick. You can wear a straw hat all year in Texas. That's a bargain. Yeah, I really like this. I like the hat a lot. It's for $9. I don't think you can beat it. I saw a cool t-shirt. Instead of John Deere, it said Juan Deere. Which I thought was good. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, he doesn't act, YouTube is all a show, and that's it. When it's the same as Broadway review. Once the lights go off, people leave the stage, they go home for the night, they clean up, they do it all over again the next day. So it's a different perspective altogether, and one that 99.99% of the people will never see, and they'll be glad of that, because they won't meet in real life, and all, they won't run into them in real life. You always need to negotiate on, you need to come watch a Rangers game. I sure will, Monique. I would love to. And I can wear, well, I'm not, they'll tell me take my hat off. You're blocking the view. Your big head. Clint Eastwood. Yeah, get you a leather Clint Eastwood hat. Why did she exist? I don't know what that means, Garrett. Why do you exist? Why do we exist? What's the purpose of life? Is there meaning in life? How big is the universe? Women don't have to... Okay. Well, I know sometimes it can block the view if they cram the seats in. Yeah, are we there yet? Exactly. Exactly. Let me see. Take my morning pills here. Before we head over. Wow, it's only 90. It's only 91 degrees, which is delightful here this morning. I'd always take my magnesium pills. Always got to have that. Let's see. Yeah, explain blue to a blind person. Yeah, good luck with explain color to a man. Oh, good, Monique, then I'm all set. Thank you. Well, if I don't take magnesium, I'm liable to get really severe leg cramps and stuff, and it's not an enjoyable, it feels like electric shocks in your calf muscles. It's a lousy feeling. I guess Marshall's, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I guess the guy's gone down here. Let's see, been making Rosie there beautiful like you. Roy's, oh, Shannon, you're sweet. Yeah, McFly, if I don't have my calcium and magnesium on the daily, and calcium helps to fire magnesium as a catalyst, it really made a difference in my life. I haven't really sustained any leg cramps since I've been on that regimen, and they weren't even just cramps. I would get like electric, like I just touched, like I plugged my calf into the wall or something. A brief shock. It was terrible. Lord have mercy. Hey, Jordan Blue. Look like we got some unhappy folks on the boy today. Why should today be any different than any other day on the boy, Jordan Blue? Cramps are painful as hell, I'll tell you. Is there a middle of YouTube? I don't know. That's a really good question. That is a really good question. A middle of YouTube. I'm not sure. I'm just really happy. It really gave me a quality of life. Took the cramps away. I saw this doctor's video. He was called Dr. Napoli, and he said a lot of sudden death heart attack can be explained by magnesium deficiency. Because the heart's the largest muscle in the body, and when you have a heart attack, basically you're having uncontrolled cramping of the heart. That scared the hell out of me, And he said, 80% of Americans are deficient in magnesium. And it also has to do with leg cramps. If you take the magnesium, it'll change your life. And he was exactly correct. Not to cause, but there are rumors that say Marshall might be in trouble with the law back in Prescott. Is that a lie? Do you know? What would he, for what? What would he be? I mean, I can't think of anything up there except being trespass. I can't think of any other thing that would be a legal issue. I mean, it's been nothing mentioned to that. Yeah, I did. I pulled off I got $1 off a dozen donuts. Yeah. Who won't say McFly? Oh, I don't know. How would they know? I mean, it's like, it's between, I don't know. I'm not, who knows? I wasn't in Prescott. Up there. The only thing I thought was you can't have your windshield mounts, and other than that, not being allowed, being kicked out of a McDonald's or a Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. I can't really think of anything else that came down in Prescott. I can't think of anything else. I think the high heat cramping word. That's exactly right. The high heat makes it makes it worse. Who is Jose's twin brother? I don't know. Thank you, hippie. Milestone, a lot of the lack of enjoy a healthy body. I don't know. It really helped me a lot when I started on the magnesium. Within 2 days, I stopped having cramping episodes, and it was great. So every day I start my day, the magnesium, calcium, a baby aspirin, sometimes a fish oil, and I think the baby aspirin is kind of essential, and I've been doing that for years, so that's good. Yes, she is, Jordan Blue. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's a feisty, nice gal. What's a good brand? I like to get Nature's Sun, I think it's called. It's an orangish bottle. Nature's Pride or Nature's Sun. It's an orange bottle. It's like I think it's a 500 milligram. It's not expensive. Magnesium's not expensive. Yeah, she was a cute gal. She was very feisty, and it was fun to hang out with her. She's got a life herself, so it's not like she was going to be hanging out for days with this here. Yeah, orange bottle, it's cheap. Our bodies are machines. We need the correct fuel. Exactly. Nature made is good. So if he did, why would you know? Know what? I'm not sure what that is. How you doing, Marie Duffy? Nice to see you. If I missed anybody, Queen of Dickheads, how you doing? Let's see. No, I'm not prescribed the baby aspirin. I'm not. It's just if you're on estrogen, which I am, then it can be sometimes a coagulant. So taking a little baby aspirin helps ensure the flow. So JJ, a friend of mine, fell on his head and had a brain bleed because he was taking a baby aspirin a day. Oh, fell on his head and had a brain bleed. Yeah. Well, what's up, Uber? How you doing, honey? I'm just getting ready to fire up another visit across the border. It was really cool coming home last night. There was nobody at the border. We just walked over. And did you buy anything in Mexico? Yeah. Looks good on you. Welcome home. Good times at the border crossings down there. Are you enjoying it? I am really enjoying the road trip. I'm really enjoying bringing the content. I'm going to put a video up about dinner last night. There's going to be less content today because it's the second day through. Okay, I've already captured, I already took a chooch on the streets. I walked right through the middle of all the vendors, all the hawkers. I didn't flinch, so you guys could get the whole sense of what it's like on the streets of Algodones. Nothing polished, nothing, just not cinematic, but just regular street life. I'm in with all your travel, the pain to keep up with prescription. Yeah, it is chronic. What I do is I pack a 30-day pill box, and every day I just pop it out and take the pills. I'm on injectable estrogen, which is once every 2 weeks, which is cool. Just inject it into the upper thigh muscle, and otherwise I'm on the testosterone blocker, the spironolactone, the magnesium, the calcium, the baby aspirin. So as long as I have it ordered. Now, last time I only took my 30-day container that was loaded, and I ended up being on the road for 44 days. 2 more weeks than I thought I would be. And luckily I brought some bottled magnesium and calcium and baby aspirin with me just in case. And stretched out to, I still had some oral estrogen with me, and I managed to ration that out over the 14 days. No, it doesn't make me sick at all. No. I do take a baby aspirin every day. Did you have a red beer? No, I didn't. trotting over. You also need to take the moringa. I'm not sure about the moringa. I'm already super energetic. My weight is decent. I'm not sure what the benefits of moringa would be for me. Cheap butt implant. Yeah, I bet I could, Jordan Blue, some butt implants. I think I'd rather go down to fly down to Peru or something to have that done, where they really specialize in. Hey, Rosie and Chad, I've got to run. Okay, take care, Amy. Nice to see you. Actually, I'm very happy with my butt now. Oh man, what's Marshall doing? Telling our life story to this guy. Always got to tell people as if they care about our YouTube channels. So animated out there. Moringa is like some bark of a tree from India or something. So Missy Jenn has been on Missy Jenn. She swears by it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy, Monique. It's not, it ain't like your butt, but compared to the pancake griddle it was before, I'm happy, really happy. What the hell is he doing? I think this guy's getting pissed off. I think this guy wants to get back to work. I don't know. He doesn't want to hear the life sentence. Oh, I'm sorry, Yasmin. Oh, no, with low blood pressure, feeling like hell. I'm sorry, honey. I'm going to give you a prescription to click on something on the Boyd, Yasmin. That'll get your blood pressure up. God bless you, honey. I hope you feel better. Wow, Jody Dacom. Wow. Be still my beating cowgirl heart. Jody. Long time no see. How's Holly Undead today? Holly's awful quiet out there in the chat. Holly, drop those drawers, honey. I'm gonna give you a spank. Yeah, I'm glad to see you back. It's been a long time. Let's see, Jordan says, I know a trans gal who had SRS in Guadalajara. Guadalajara is a very beautiful city. It's the art capital of Mexico. I don't know if I would. Yeah, I know you're here, Holly. You drive me batty. It's the all the famous. They have the best art museums down in Guadalajara. I'm doing really good, Jody. I'm out in the desert Southwest here, getting ready to roll over to Mexico again today. Hey, Kit and Kat, what's going on? How you doing, Kit and Kat? Go to Cancun. They're all good. I'm not sure. I've decided against driving into Mexico this time. Number one, the Mexican insurance is like $100 for 10 days. I don't really want to spend the money for that. Number one. And I can explore the border towns on this side. And quite frankly, some of the things that Marshall talked about, some of the other towns to explore sound interesting. For me, as long as I get one solid week in San Diego of my beach and fun time, I'm happy. I got no complaints whatsoever. So we'll just have to see what happens. Plus, once we clear this valley floor, whether it's late night tonight or tomorrow, we'll be dealing with 70s and 80s in the daytime and no longer the hundreds. Playa del Carmen was your favorite stop. Okay. Are you going to the bakery? I think I might try to make a trip into the bakery to get some other content today. Los Algodones is not that big a town, and it's dominated by pharmacies and opticians. I would like to see if Marshall can get his eyes checked by an ophthalmologist there to check his ocular pressure on his eyes to make sure there's no pre-glaucoma or anything else going on there. And I don't really know about, it just think it would be a good thing. Are you confident a camper van make it now that you rode in it, Larry? Running that pass, whether it's late night tonight, we might be running it at like 9 p.m. or something tonight once the temperature drops down to 95 degrees or whatever. The hell is this guy doing? Man, there's some people, just the heat just makes people batshit crazy out here. I think it's going to take several stops of pulling over to prevent catastrophic overheating in the vehicle. So that's my prediction. It's going to be an all-night affair to get over this pass. And then Marshall's going to have to really think about the return trip and making that once again. That's going to be brutal. I think we'll try to go live from the pass. I'll be following. Yeehaw! How you doing, Beth? Marshall, you might want to push that chair. I have that chair.
Oh yeah, what's going on? You on the hangout?
Yeah.
How many we got watching?
174 this morning. So.
174. Woo! It's a hot one.
Yeah, but it's not as seeing. It's 91 now, which isn't bad compared to, we've other days it's been 100 by this time of day. So it's seems to be about 6 or 7 degrees cooler. It was nice last night.
So what is what does propane run in Santa Rosa, Rosa?
About 329, I think, something around
there.
there.
Where can you get it at?
There's plenty of places. No, there's a place called Rotten Robbie's that has
hardware
propane. Store? Yeah, there's a couple places. The U-Haul dealer has propane. Yeah, they all do. All right, Marshall in the house. Elvis on active. Chat's moving kind of too fast. Jody Daycong, I'm really happy to see you here today.
Winky Whispers, how you doing? From Arizona. Mark Handler from Omaha. Hey, the Steak Man. What's going on? Where's Monique from?
Monique is from Texas.
Which part of Texas?
She's down around, I think, Arlington, a couple hours outside of Arlington, down in that area.
Oh, around Dallas.
Yeah.
Arlington, Texas, yeah.
She's my Texas Rangers girl.
Shania Twain, who's that?
Well, that's what I'd say. I'd like to see Marshall get checked out by an ophthalmologist today and just do an ocular pressure test and some other things. It just depends on the time frame down there. Give you a little bit of peace of mind or understanding what's going on. But we shall see. Oh, yeah. Oh, West Texas. Okay. Yeah, West Texas. All right.
West Texas. Oh, okay.
Finger your chat. Let's see. Marshall needs to get a PC. Well, you can get a basic checkup, I think, when you go in on the streets here and they get it checked out.
Hey, Rosie, so how easy is it for me to get, if I use the Rancho's address to get health care in California? Is it pretty easy?
I'm not sure what the initial sign up on it is, the process, I know they issue people emergency Medi-Cal for pregnancy and if people have to go to the hospital, they give retroactive Medi-Cal, but I don't understand. I've never been on the application side of that to see what the requirements of residency.
Well, California is known to be a social state.
Yes.
So they should be given that.
Well, it depends. I'm not an expert. Covered California isn't accepted anywhere. Yeah, I hear you. Scam. You're not a resident. Well, it depends if he's. It might be temporary. I have no idea.
What about all those homeless people
I've
that
never
are in?
Applied for. They all have.
They all have the card.
Medi-Cal.
Yeah, Medi-Cal for sure.
Yeah.
It's easy to establish residency in any state. I've heard nomads even get a UPS box or PO box.
Thank you, Margaret. You need to look it up on Google to see what.
A lot of homeless shelters and organizations will help you establish an address for free to get benefits, health care, all that. It's not that hard. I don't know why people think it's so hard to get medical. It's not. In Illinois, I applied for it, and they never called me back.
I know. So. I love Texas, Monique. It's like right up there, my top 5 favorite states. Hey, Bailey, you need a valid California driver's license or California ID.
No, you don't.
Well, I don't know. But I'm not going to. I don't care right now. It's not my. I don't want to dominate my chat with that. Okay, so it's back over to the...
What's the topic?
The topic we've been talking about, Los Algodones, how the guy came up from Missouri and knew you on the street. Been talking about today and what the plan is, and then, not going through Mexico. Okay, so the next destination will probably be
El Cajon.
El Cajon.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
as long as I have a solid week in San Diego.
We'll have more than that.
Well, I'm just saying,
yeah.
you know, it just depends. There are things to explore. There's the mountain town of Julian and some other places on the way down there. So as long as I have a week, it's good to go. And then I got to get back to Missy Jenn, and then it's, you know, you've got a 2-week countdown until you're you can have the final bit of your work done. Let's see, LaDonna and Christian. Well, it's an easygoing. I'm an easygoing person. I'm just having a morning chat stream here today. Did you get filled up or not? Did he?
No. Oh yeah, I got
Okay.
filled up. I got filled up, and you know, the guy was talking to me about Mexico. He was Mexican, and he was telling me that. It seems like I get an impression from Mexicans saying that it's safe to drive through Mexico, and then from people who are here in America, they all say that it could be dangerous. I don't know why there's these two opinions. I think Americans are people that are on this side that are not on that side on a daily basis are being bombarded with the negative news from the news, and all they see is like, oh yeah, there's a shooting in San Luis, don't go there. We went to San Luis, and it felt safer in San Luis than it does in some parts of Santa Rosa. So it's a bunch of baloney. Unless you go there and see it yourself. The danger level in San Luis, don't you feel safer in San Luis than Detroit or Chicago?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So then I
Of course.
think it's the media, the American media, bombarding the public with Mexico is dangerous, and it's not true. There's parts of the United States that are much more dangerous than Mexico. We've showed you Algodones, we've showed you San Luis, and it's a bunch of baloney. I'm tired of the media pushing this. And that's what's going on.
Tijuana might change your mind a little bit over there. Might move the needle a little bit in the other direction down there.
Right.
The other reason is that if there's a breakdown on the Mexican side, if something was to happen to my rig or the Lisa Marie, we don't have towing service. We're kind of at the mercy of whatever happens.
Right.
And we could be 50 miles away from anything out there and have a catastrophic situation. At least if we're on the American side, then, you know, you get the cell service works and everything should be okay. And that's kind of important, you know. I've been to Katy Mac. I've been to Tijuana quite a few times.
I think that's one thing to consider if you're going to travel through Mexico. Is your cell phone going to work? What if you have a breakdown and you need roadside assistance, a tow truck? How do you get roadside assistance in Mexico?
You know.
That's the things that you got to consider if you're going to like get on the road.
You know, if we had a late model, you know, if it was a solo shot in Little Rascal, I would do it. You know what I mean?
No, but you still need to figure out. You could even have a breakdown on this. You could have a breakdown on any vehicle.
I know.
So
I understand.
You have to be prepared and have a plan.
I have to be prepared, and I don't have a plan for that. So I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Plus, getting the Mexican insurance is another thing. Mexican insurance.
$100, for 10 days. It's
and then it's not bad, but also, like I said, towing just in case, a cell phone signal just in case. I mean, you know, you break down or. But don't you think the media is bombarding the public?
I don't hear much about Mexico these days. I mean, 5 years ago it was all the rage, the gun battles on the streets of Tijuana and the drug lords. But the federales moved in and took a tight control of that whole town.
Yeah. And
you don't hear, and no news is good news when it comes to border towns and stuff, because they were hurting on the trade stop coming across the border to visit. You know, all those dollars stopped flowing. Those walking dollars that came in.
Well, with Trump's tariffs that he's done, he's put raised things that are going into Canada. Take care of the state. Hasn't he raised prices on things going out of the U.S. and coming in? There's like a coconut water. It's 79 cents here in Yuma, and over there it's $1.29. And they told me because of the import tax. So
okay, the roadside assistance in Mexico is Green Angels. Okay,
I'm sure there's got to be something.
Hey, there's Pam the porch. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome to Yuma, Arizona. Ooh, Cowboy Capital USA. Claudia says, no, I know 3 people that were killed down there traveling. Stopping in and say hi. Hope you're doing great. Thank you.
Most of these people that say that Mexico is dangerous and you're going to get killed and held up, It's
okay, take care, Christina. Thank you. Hey, Ontario.
It's Americans that have never been down there, that have never seen Mexico, never flown there or traveled there, driven there. They just listen to the news, and they get pumped with the negative stuff about Mexico from the media, which is a bunch of baloney.
People have different opinions about, negative news stories sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they base their opinion.
Bad news carries the day. Now that things are better in Tijuana, you don't hear any coverage of. There's nobody doing a story that things have settled down in 5 years in Tijuana now. So.
People give Detroit and Chicago a bad rap, say it's dangerous because they get pumped with the negative media. They never hear about the good stuff about Chicago.
Take care,
and Detroit.
Kathleen.
That's how it is with the media. It brainwashes the public.
We'll see. We'll see when we get over there what the story is in terms of. Oh, you just got back from Texas. How about that? All right, Crystal. Let me see. We got Mike and I today. Off today, enjoying the beautiful day. Wherever you decide to go, make sure that's what. Absolutely. Thank you, Mike. Say hi to Crystal for me. Very sweet gal and very, very nice people on YouTube. Nice to see Pam, the porch in the house. How much does it cost to fill up the van? And yes, I do use regular. A full fill up will cost about $40, something like that on here. So about $40. I get 30 miles to the gallon, around 30 miles to the gallon on this. So 28 to 30, which is good. Did you ever figure your gas mileage? Did you ever calculate your?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, I just,
okay.
Not really.
I'm not going to Juarez.
But like I said, a lot of these people, if you ask them, we got about 180 people watching. If you ask them, most of them will say, yeah, I've been to Acapulco or Cancun. That's where most Americans go. They don't go to these other places. They go to those, the big hotels by the water resort. They never really see authentic Mexico, like San Luis, like a place like San Luis, or other places that are, off the beaten path, non-touristy.
Thank you, Ready Lock.
Most Americans, you ask, that's what they say. Yeah, I've been to Cancun or Acapulco. That's all
it's not. I'm not going to Acapulco. I'm not going to Cancun. But I'm sure we'll spend a day in Tijuana, and you can evaluate yourself how you feel down there.
You can't
I told
really.
You there's a difference between. Yeah. Every one of these border towns is different. Now, evidently. Mexicali is bigger. It's a big border town. So
you can't really evaluate a city within one day. Like San Luis, didn't really get a chance to go in the clubs. Didn't get a chance to check out the food. You can't really see something in one day. You have to be there for at least a week.
Oh, okay. Johnny Watt emailed me. Thank you. Okay.
So
good morning, Cindy Lopez. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a Mexican dress today. I'm gonna check it out.
Well, the Mexican men in Algodones, I don't know about San Luis. Rosie said that she got hit upon, and Rosa did there in San Luis. But the Mexican men were admiring Rosie, taking pictures of her, saying hello. But people there are friendly. So
they are friendly. People.
They are friendly, and I really like Algodones, and
What the hell's this guy got on here? A bubble?
Looks like one of those things you put in.
Marshall?
It looks like one of those things that you throw in the hurricane or something.
I don't know what the hell it is. It looks like an undersea bath escape or something. I don't know what the hell.
Something like that.
Maybe pesticides or water. Anyway, who cares? So I think Marshall has a 2 o'clock appointment. We'll probably get underway.
What time is it now?
It's 11 o'clock right now.
Yeah,
so today will be, I think, a pretty quick one, because just fitting the crowns, I believe, today. So that'll be a very short process. So, yeah, I would like to find a different place to eat tonight. I still haven't put my review up of Pueblo Viejo last night that we ate. I know Elvis has some clips of that up on his channel. Yeah, I would like to try a different place tonight, another food experience down there. Does all that down at work make you tired?
No, it doesn't. They give you some of the stuff to numb you up. You're numb for a few hours, and then after that it wears off. I've got anti-inflammatory pills, and a lot of people, like I said, when I talk about dental, they say, "Oh, Elvis, how are you eating something sweet or cold or hot? Are your teeth hurting? You're a liar. Your teeth are not hurting." Well, you have nerves in your teeth. I mean, underneath your teeth. And when the tooth dies and the nerve dies, then there basically isn't any more pain. The only pain that you would have then is if the infection gets into your gums or your jawbone, and then that's when like you'll have the pain or something associated with that. But people don't understand tooth pain. What causes tooth pain? There's a whole explanation on that. So,
hey Katie, how you doing, sweetie?
but no, just because someone doesn't have tooth pain doesn't mean that you don't have infection or you don't have to get something fixed. It doesn't all just hinge on tooth pain. You could have decay in your teeth and not even know that you have decay unless you get it x-rayed. So that's the way it is. So people always want to say, you know, that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it doesn't hurt, nothing's wrong. It's not necessarily true. Go to any dentist and get an x-ray and you'll see.
Well, I'm really glad that you're just getting it all tended to and bring it up to even again, and then you can practice the best dental hygiene that you can practice and keep your teeth in good shape, and they'll survive many, many, many years, and you'll get a lot of use out of them.
Well, I've had a crown here since 2003, and the crown is it's after so many years, it's not really seating properly. It needs to have a new crown and get resealed, but it's held up for almost 20 years.
That's good. Let's see. Are you going to try those? Yeah, there's less street vendors than I thought there would be on food down there, but I'll tell you what, that beef taco was muy bien, man. That was it's the best Mexican food I've had, was that taco on the stand. So I want to get something else. Although last night's dinner for $11 was excellent. Maybe Marshall knows another place over there in Los that has
there's Lupita's, which is known for their fish tacos. There's a couple other places that you eat outside. I don't know how good they are. I don't think Algodones is known for food.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're known really for their...
But I wasn't disappointed, you know, with what I ate. Compared to what I've had on this side, I could take all my meals in Los Algodones with no problem at all down there. I thought that this quality was delivered. Let's see. Are you going to buy a giant rose for your hair? Maybe that'd be pretty cool, huh? To get a little rose for the hair. Well, I'm saying once you get your teeth up to snuff, then it's up to you to take care of them, just like it's up to me on the daily.
What do you think? I was just going to ask you, are you going to get anything like on the pharmacy side, like hormones or anything?
No, I don't think I need to.
You don't need anything?
Yeah,
okay.
I think I'm all good over there. I might look at the Estradol, the liquid form that's injectable, because it's like $120 a bottle. And,
I'm surprised you didn't. There's nothing that you didn't want to get on the pharmacy side that would save you money.
Well, it was my first day in. I was concentrating on bringing content. Now we got some more time to put in down there.
I think that'd be interesting from perspective of a transgendered female going to Algodones. What you could show to people that are trans, what they can get from there for that. Could you get something there cheaper than the United States, or just anything else in general as far as the
I'll check it out today. You can't really sleep late out here in the desert. Like I say, at 7 o'clock, you know, now I understand how to position my van at night to be next to a tree. I was parked on the wrong side of the tree. Okay, so, but if that sun comes up and hits your vehicle, I've got to bounce out by 7:10 a.m. or it's just the temperature rises to 126 degrees in the van. I can't tolerate it. I got to get out quick and go get cleaned up. So, it's $4 at Walmart, but I like to take the injectable. It's better for me. It seems to be better. There's one. Well, right now it's 91 degrees, which I'm in the shade right here. So, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead. It looks like it's been about an hour and 23 minutes. We're going to get away. Oh, you've been I think Marshall's amazed that I still have this van. You know, he's like, I never thought that you would.
Yeah, I thought Rosie. I thought after she sold the Coachman camper van, I thought she bought this. When she bought this, I was thinking to myself, she just went. It's like going from a Mack truck to a bicycle. It was like a little toy, and I'm like, she's gonna have this thing for 6 months, maybe a year, and then she's gonna get rid of it and get a Class B.
Sorry, Jen.
And she stuck to this thing like bees on honey, and and she hasn't really
Hey, Tiger.
progressed. In
Well,
other words,
I mean,
she's
But how is it function for me? That's the question.
Right.
How is the functionality? Now, my worst nightmare is a rainy stretch. If I get somewhere and I have 4 or 5 days of rain, then I'm really going to be hurting, okay? I'll be limited to just laying back here in the van or doing whatever, or libraries or whatever. That's my biggest fear is having, you can do all, you can live in there for days during bad weather with no problem at all.
Again, with this van, she might be saving on gas, but the money that she would spend on hotels over time is going to outweigh the cost of, in the long run, of a Class B. And probably
the problem is I can't choke down the $15K purchase price of one. So I fashioned this to kind of make do. And so far, not spending 3 nights in a hotel room in Yuma here has already saved me $120, and the clock is still ticking on that. So that's a real plus to me. If I can avoid spending money, then I'm very happy. I don't care if it puts me in misery for a few hours or whatever, but I don't really care. Thank you, Lunatic Moon. I appreciate that. So
as long as you're in Rosie's
weather's
van,
hot and sunny.
As long as you're in Rosie's van and weather that's favorable.
Oh, thank you, Allison.
And she's not spending money on hotels, then yeah, this is better than a Class B. But when you get into a situation where you need air conditioning, you need heat, you need to be more comfortable for the long term. Now, Rosie's a part-timer, so this works out perfect for her.
Yeah, so that's why I like the van. I wouldn't have kept it if it wasn't functional. But for me, every day, like I've really proven my mettle here in the harshest heat that the United States can dish out down here, and have survived and thrived in this environment and enjoyed myself for the most part.
I think it's something.
And you really begin to value Marshall at 98 degrees when you begin to hang out at 8 p.m. at night. Then it's over by 10 p.m. and all of a sudden it's 90 degrees. All of a sudden it feels like the air conditioning is on. Like last night, the humidity dropped last night, and we couldn't believe how comfortable it was at 10:30 last night. It was unbelievable. And little things like that make a big difference.
Let me ask you.
I'm going to try to stream later, but Verizon has been a continuing bitter disappointment for me, and much promised, nothing delivered.
Just a quick question here about the Rialta, since this is gas mileage. How much better gas mileage do you get on this than a Rialta?
Oh, I think a Rialta probably gets 15 to 18, something.
And this gets
range.
what, 30?
This gets 28 to 30.
28 to 30,
range.
okay.
Yeah. I'd love to have a Rialta. I would love to have a Rialta. The Euro van, I'd love to have that, but those things cost money, and I'm not sure if I want a big fixer-up project again. It cuts into my time on the road and stuff. So, let's see. Anybody have any last comments today? I am going to go ahead and thank you all for being on the Hangout today. Yeah, Katie Mack, I think Ford Transit's are really good. Jody, I'm so glad to see you in here. So awesome to see you in here. Y'all have a good day. Love to see y'all. Yeah, a pin-up, Texas pin-up doll. So, yeah, if I missed every comment, I apologize. It's a very small screen. I'm sitting 2 feet away from it on here. Yep, doing well. Thank you, Shannon, and everybody. Thank you for being on the live stream. Katie, good luck on getting a transit van. I think they can be really nice to build out. Thank you, Elvis Dribbles, for being on here today. Chronic, everybody. Winky, thank you so much, and a big woo. Take care, Cindy, everybody.